to fix the O-line, and I agree with him. I 100% agree with the man. We got to fix the O-line. We got to fix the O-line. But what's good with it, Raider Nation? How we doing, y'all? I'm glad to see people in the chat already turning up. What's good with y'all, man? Got to give the shout-outs. You already know what it is. But we need some playmakers up in here today. We need some playmakers in the chat today. And you know what I mean by making a play, man. You got to hit that like button. Do your touchdown dance and hit the subscribe button. You already know what it is. If you want to be a member, go ahead. Go ahead. Become a member. Pop bottles with us in the locker room. Become a member of the squad. Appreciate y'all being here, man. Look, it's going to be lit. It's going to be a fun show. Damn near just here to do a fan show. Pull up on y'all. I know it's been a little second. People been telling me I need to go live more as well. But I hope everybody's doing good. Let me do some shout-outs real quick. And I want y'all to help me choose which hat. Which hat do I got to rock? Which hat do I rock today? Do we do the gray on gray? No sound. My boy says no sound. My guy said no sound. Again, bro? Yo. No sound? No sound? Yo, my boy Neek throwing me off. My boy Neek throwing me off. Don't do that to me, boy. Don't do that to me, son. Don't do that to me. I thought I pulled another one. I thought I did it again. Look at him. Look at it. Look at it. Look at him. We got the LV with the black on it. We got the white, though. I rarely wear this one, but this one crispy. I still like it. Which one we rocking for the show today? We doing white, gray? Y'all let me know. He's screwing with you. Yeah, that boy got me. I ain't gonna lie. He got me. He got me. He got me. But you know the clarity in the sound be Gucci over here. You know the clarity in the sound be Gucci over here. Black cat. My boy Ani says black cat. We could do the black. We could do the black. Oh, we got the white. What we rocking today? White. Ooh, the white. Ooh, the white. Oh, the white, bro. The white one. The white one. Oh, hold up. Gray. LV gray. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What we rocking today, y'all? What are y'all rocking today? Y'all rocking the classic? I got the classic too. I got the classic too. I got the just regular classic. I think we going with the right. Real men wear black. Now you making me feel guilty, bro. Now you making me feel guilty like I have to wear black. Oh, it's the white. It's the white. Let's see if we can get this thing on looking clean, though. See if we can get this thing on looking clean, though. Nice and crisp. Make sure it's look at get the little fold in it. Get the little oof on it. There we go. Ooh, the white look clean today. Good choice. Look, that's why I need to chat. That's why I need the chat. He said white is like Mark Davis wardrobe. I'm gonna have to go get the bull cut then. I'm gonna have to take the braids out, get the bull cut. I'm gonna have to get that Mark Davis bull cut. You feel me? But let's get to the chat, man. Let me give some shout outs to everybody in the chat. Y'all in here deep already having fun. Boy already got me, said he couldn't hear me. But I know I'm speaking loud and clearly. I didn't mean that to rhyme. Bars. Can't Stop, Won't Stop in the building. Appreciate you pulling up early. He said, keep up with the good content, youngster. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Richard says, nobody here. Man, we deep. We got a chat full of playmakers, man. We got a chat full of playmakers already, man. Be a playmaker. Go make a play. Hit the like button. You know what I mean? Do your touchdown dance. Hit the subscribe button if it's your first time here. If it's your first time in the end zone, hit the subscribe button. Do your touchdown dance as well. Come on, let's get it. Raider Hater. That's a different one right there with the D on it. The boy says, Steve said, breaking. Special guest is Tom Brady. If it's the Tom Brady that's the manager at the local Food Max right here, it ain't the quarterback. Let's see. He says, need to sign more versatile. Okay. Let me just get some shout outs, though. Shout out Raider Hater. Raider 530 in the building. I see you folks. D1 Nature in the building. Yes, sir. He said it's 9 a.m. It's 9 a.m. out there in Hawaii. It's 11 o'clock right here on the East Coast. Y'all know I'm in Cali. Shout out to everybody on the East Coast. Out there, what is it? Like 2 o'clock? It's like 2 o'clock out there. Chester Raider in the building. Cali is up here. Raider Purge. Digital Press. Little cuz out there. Dominique. I see you, brother. Dominique. King Juice in the building. Exo Sounds. Exo Sounds became a member. Everybody welcome. Exo Sounds. Pop the bottles. Bow. Pop the bottle. You feel me? Because we about to celebrate in the locker room. We got a new member to the squad. Welcome to the locker room, brother. Welcome to the squad. Dave Maxfield in the building. Andre Ashley. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We deep in this thing, man. We deep in this thing, man. He said, you had me rolling on live. You had me rolling on live yesterday. Yesterday live. Which live you talking about, bro? Which live you talking about? The one where we was on Graph's channel? KB says, what's up? Ash the fake secondary. Supposedly, bro was with us, and then he had to dip out. And we went and picked up boy from the picked up new boy. EC Ever says, happy birthday wishes in order. Raid, you and your son. I appreciate everybody that wished me and my son a happy birthday. Yes, my birthday is this Saturday. My son's birthday is on Sunday. We're doing a birthday party for him on Sunday. And pretty much we just combine our birthdays at that point, man. It's only one day apart. We have our birthday dinners together, and then I just let him do his thing, whatever he wants to do. That's what we do, man. So that's what happens when you and your kids have a birthday that are nearly the same day. Y'all just combine them and you just celebrate, do what they want to do. You know what I mean? So appreciate you, EC Everett, for saying that and wishing me and my son a happy birthday. Appreciate everybody that did in the post that I had. Zebra said, yes, Graph channel, don't let them fools make you pop a vein. Now, we be going back and forth. We be going back and forth, man, and that shit was fun, bro. It's fun, and that's what gets the lives. That's what gets the lives going. That's what gets the lives going. You know what I mean? If somebody's willing to really debate, if someone has an opposing side of it, then they got to go ahead and voice their opinion. And y'all already know I'm gonna voice my opinion. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. John Gomes says 209 originally, but I live in Hawaii now. Shout out 209, bro. I was born in the 209. For those who don't know, I was born in the 209 out there down there in Stanislaus County, man. So shout out Salinas. Be careful, boy. They're going to steal your car. No, I'm playing with you, man. Salinas be out there. Shout out Salinas, man. Exo said, had to show some support. What's good, Ray? What's good with it? Exo sounds glad you are here. And I noticed, man, you usually pull up around these times. Are you on the East Coast or the West Coast, brother? Graham Cam in the building. What's the deal, Ray? You tell me what's the deal, bro. What's the deal? What's cracking for this live? Bill Gates says, who's the special guest? Look, it's something a little slight, but it's still someone that's knowledgeable on the game. I'm not going to give it away yet. They'll pop up here. They'll pop up shortly. And they'll be here for a good little segment. But it's a brother that knows his stuff. He is another content creator. He hasn't been here before. This will be his first time on here. And I've learned a lot from this person as well. So that's why I definitely want to bring them up. Blast them speakers for XO. Yeah. The bro said, bro, Wasted got Wasted is smart, man. Wasted is very smart, brother. Raid amped up today. Look, I'm trying to bring the energy. After this, your boy says I'm amped up today. I'm trying to bring the energy, but look, let me tell you something, man. After this, I'm going to go roll up a big old fat backwood, and I'm going to be chilling the rest of the day. Trust and believe that. Unless I hop on somebody else's live. But trust and believe. Boy, after this, I'm going to be chilling. I ain't going to be so amped up. You feel me? So we going to see what's cracking, man. Lionel says, you and Wasted were going at it. Yeah, well, Wasted is very smart, bro. Wasted is a smart individual. So, and I feel like when me and Wasted get into debates, it's going to be some of the best ones because of how smart he is. And he's able to, come back at me with some very intelligent responses. And that's what I like. Man. John Goldson's happy birthday, Rage. Salutes, little man. Appreciate you, bro. Like I said, appreciate everybody that wished me and my son a happy birthday on the post. It was very appreciated, because my girl, she follows me on YouTube, of course. She supports and she sees and she's like, man, your supporters and everybody that subscribed to your channel and the Raider Nation in general, they really know how to show love. And the fact she told me that, I'm like, man, that's dope. That's dope, man. You know what I mean? And my son was like, I'm on YouTube. You know what I mean? I'm on YouTube. So it was pretty dope, man. I appreciate everybody in the nation, everybody out there. Ray Love says, happy birthday. Appreciate you, bro. Hey, happy birthday. Let me say this real quick. Happy birthday to everybody that has a birthday in February. If you have a birthday in February, drop it down in the chat, man. And I'm gonna shout you out if your birthday is in February. February babies, I don't know what it is, but we're the GOATs. February babies, the GOATs. I'm sorry. EJ says, can you explain the difference between Ash and Simmons' jobs? Ashley Simmons, Josh. So actually, from what I believe is that Ash, it just fell through. It just fell through with Ash, and that Simmons is just gonna basically do what Ash was supposed to do. From what I believe, from what I've read, from what I've been told. I made a video, and I may have jumped the gun when I said Ash was the DB coach, because at that point he was supposed to be, but it fell through, and then we ended up going to pick up old buddy. So my aunt shared the same birthday, but in different years. Yeah, you know what I mean? It'd be like, excuse me, it'd be like that. You know what I mean? Obviously, my son, me and him share different years, you feel me? But TC says, did I miss a live with you and Graphic? I want to say you missed a live, really, man. I popped on for about 20-30 minutes, and me and Wasted were going back and forth a little bit, and everybody was having a good time, man. Yeah, Can't Stop Won't Stop says, yep, Doc says that shit was funny as shit. You and Wasted were going at it. Yeah, man. We had a good debate, bro. And that's what we're here for. You know what I mean? That's what we're here for. That's what we're here to get down on. But yo, the chat is deep. The chat is deep, man. Raider Purse says, oh, look at that new picture, bro. He says, even though I sided with Raid, Wasted Talent is a good, exactly. And that's why it was such a good debate. That's why people liked it that much, because he's an intelligent person, bro. And when he bounces back with a response, it's like, oh, he might throw a haymaker. You know what I mean? And I have to keep my balance. You know, I have to keep my balance, and he does too. So that's why I think it's just fun going back and forth with him, man. Appreciate everybody shouting him out. Everybody shouting him out, and you know, I gotta get Wasted on here. I gotta get Wasted on here. We will do a collab soon. I know we've talked about it before. I went on his show, and I'll get him on here. We'll have some debates, man. We'll have some debates. 559 in the building. Queen Raider Red with the super. She says, happy birthday to you and your son, Ray. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Shout out to the Queen. You already know who it is. Queen Raider Red. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. You know what I mean? That goes a long way. You've always been a supporter. And the fact that you're wishing me and my son a happy birthday, I really appreciate you, Queen. Shout out to the Queen. Queen Raider Red in the building. He said, it's the hat, his energy matching with his drip today. Oh, yeah, bro. You know, I always got to stay fitted. We always got to stay fitted. Really, the Raider Nation, honestly, man, Raider Nation is probably the most fitted fan base in the world, bro. Raider Nation stay fitted, bro. So, you know what I mean? Raider Nation stay fitted. And y'all got me fitted today because y'all chose the hat I'm wearing. You feel me? So let's give it up. Let's give it up to the chat. We got some playmakers out here there. Rob 209, February, baby. Yes, sir. Said my birthday is in June. If your birthday in June, you got to leave. I'm playing. I'm playing. Chester Raider says Raid Honcho versus Doc Wasted on a Raider debate. That would be fire, man. That would be fire. But really, you know what I mean? We'll go toe to toe. We all go toe to toe. Rate them likes. Yeah, make sure y'all rate the like button. We over 100 deep already. We're only here about 10 minutes, and we already over 100 deep. Appreciate y'all being here. We got some playmakers. Make a play, and go hit the like button. Make a play, go hit the like button. Be a playmaker. Come on now. Raider from VA, Raider from Virginia. Shout out to Virginia. Been there, love the place. Got nice beaches, nice city life. He said my boy Ray brought straight facts to that debate. You know what I do, man. You know how I do, man. I had to. Like Jose said, still sharpen steel. And if y'all haven't checked that debate out, y'all can go ahead and check it out on Graph's live yesterday afternoon. I don't think it was his last one, but it was the second to last live on Graph's debate. If y'all want to check that out right after this live, y'all go check it out. It's already recorded, so stay here, watch this live, and then go check that motherfucker out afterwards. You feel me? Said I need that Raider crew, Pablo. What's that one? Merced in the house. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Susan in the house, actually. Appreciate you, Ren. 50th Infantry Regiment. Devils in baggy pants. Parachute infantry. Dang, where's the 504 at? Where's 504 based out of, bro? Where's 504 based out of? What infantry regiment is that at? All right, let's get into this Raider talk, though, man. Let's get into the Raider talk because we had some questions. I tried to do a mailbag. I tried to do a Q&A to where I posted some stuff and you guys drop questions, and then we'll go down and drop each question. And then we go on here and answer some questions. But I didn't get a lot of questions. So go ahead and drop down right now in the chat what questions you guys have. We'll go ahead and get this Q&A started. But White Tyson says the car emotionals have me dying, man. Yeah, car emotionals. What can you do? What can you say? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We got to get them. Where's Prez at? Where's Prez at? You got to get them shirts. You got to get them shirts that says, "Where's the logic?" You feel me? Where's the logic? Because Prez made a dope design with that. Miguel says, dude, I watched that debate 3 times. Yeah, see that? If you watch it 3 times, that must mean it was fire. Yeah. And you know it's going to be fire. Woo! Excuse me. Boy sneezing. That boy sneezing. XO says, I'm loaded with questions. Okay. That boy says, I'm loaded with questions. Go ahead and bring them, XO. Go ahead and bring them, XO. Let's see what we're doing. All Sharkin says, would Matthew Stafford have won us that game against the Bengals? Hell no. Nah. Hell no, he wouldn't win us that game. That's the easiest question. Hell no. He would have not won us that game because he couldn't do shit with the team he had with the Lions. And if he ain't doing nothing with the Lions, he cannot prove that he would have done anything with the team we had last year. There's no way. You know what I mean? Johnny B says, what do you think our base defense will be? 4-2-5 or 3-4 zone? I don't know if Patrick Graham is a 3-4 zone guy. I would say a base 3-4, maybe not a zone, maybe a 3-4 multiple. Think our base defense will be 4-2-5, but I don't think our base defense will be 4-2-5. I think it's just a very common defense that everybody runs. So everybody just runs 4-2-5 is the nickel for those that are wondering like these numbers. And so this first number, the 4 in the 4-2-5 is for the defensive lineman. So that first number is for defensive linemen. The second number is the linebackers, and that third number is for the DBs. So when Johnny B says 4-2-5, he's talking about there's 4 defensive linemen, there's 2 linebackers on the field, and then there's 5 DBs, meaning you have that extra nickel or big nickel like a safety, but it's 5 DBs. So I think it'll just be the 3-4. I think it'll be 3-4. I don't see Patrick Graham really changing to a 4-3, but based off what he has said, and based off the narrative and based off of really everything that's been going around about Patrick Graham is that he's willing to change formations based on the strengths of his players and also based on what he's trying to do to beat the offense play by play, right? He's not going out there saying we're going to run this defense for an entire series and then if they beat us, they beat us. Nah, Patrick Graham isn't like that. He'll go out there and have 2 D linemen and then have a bunch of guys just all up around the line of scrimmage who go out there and run a cover 0. You know what I mean? You didn't really see Gus Bradley run a cover 0 like that. Most of the time when Gus Bradley ran any type of blitz, he maybe threw in one guy to blitz. One extra guy to blitz, and then he would have some type of robber or a single high, and then that was in some type of disguise, have them drop back, and then everybody else would be a man. But no, but Patrick Graham will run a cover 0. He'll have everybody on the island, bro. And we'll see, bro. He runs a multiple defense, and it's pretty good. Eric Smith says, tuning in on a big rig right now, hoping for a great show. Bro, you pulled up. It's going to be a great show, Eric. And I'm glad that you're doing a big rig, man. Be safe on the road. Shout out to everybody that does the big rigs. Those are the people that get us stuff. I posted my questions. I got you, Dominique. I got you, Dominique. Let's scroll down real quick. I don't want to get too far behind on these questions. Raider Dangerfield, I see you, man. And I appreciate the birthday wishes. I really do. Raider Purse says, will J.C. Jackson become our free agent splash? Now, that is an interesting question just based off the fact that we have a lot of Patriot front office. But on the other side, our defensive coordinator is from the NFC, and he is from the Giants. Now, would we get J.C. Jackson? It depends on how much he would cost. Personally, it's pretty tough because you still have to sign a lot of players. You still have to extend a lot of players. So it's just hard, man. It just depends on how this cap works out, because you have to give Crosby money. You have to give Renfrow money. Yeah, I know you guys heard this before. You have to give Carr money. So if you want to go get J.C. Jackson, you're gonna definitely have to shed some weight there. And I know we could save money on Nick Witkowski, Nassib, and there's another player, Nick Witkowski, Nassib, and who's the third? Corey Littleton. We could save money by cutting 2 of those guys post-June, and that money could obviously go towards the whatever we use in free agency. And we get money back from Ruggs and Arnett where we're supposed to after everything settles with them because of detriment of contract, right? They didn't fulfill their contract for obvious reasons. So I think we could make a splash for J.C. Jackson, but if we do, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, if we made a splash for a J.C. Jackson, that'd be it. We wouldn't be looking at anything else in free agency. So it's kind of hard to gauge it right now. And I honestly think we don't make any big splashes in free agency. I think we settle in free agency and we just chill. We might pick up 1 or 2 guys that are 10 million or less. And that's kind of what I see. Maybe pick up an offensive lineman and then you pick up a defensive lineman, a defensive tackle maybe, and that's it. I don't know how much J.C. Jackson is going to get, but if it's a lot of money, it's going to be tough, man. I think we kind of settle on free agency this year. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Don't shoot the messenger or nothing like that. Don't shoot the messenger. Raider MT81 says, any rumors on potential offensive coordinators, assuming McDaniel's running offense, but best to have a good lieutenant? I haven't heard anything about offensive coordinators. Early on, a lot of people were saying like the obvious was Bill O'Brien, was Bob, but I don't know if that's really going to happen. He would have probably been here by now. You could potentially see a guy get called up to be an OC that used to be a quarterback coach somewhere else. So I could potentially see something like that happening. Josh McDaniels wanted to bring in a guy that he knows of. And so we'll definitely have to see what happens there. That's a good question, though, man. That's a good question. You definitely have to have somebody that can help you out, somebody in the back pocket that you can reflect on when you have ideas, and when someone that could hold you accountable. You know what I mean? So most definitely, man. Dominique 5. I know you put in the questions, bro. If you can, put the questions here in the chat, and I'll definitely get to it, bro. Just copy it from the post earlier, and then slap it down here, man. And I got you, brother. I got you. Appreciate that, LV Maximus. Everybody that wished me happy birthday and my son happy birthday. Appreciate y'all. Like I said, our birthdays are this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We kind of share a birthday. So I appreciate everybody wishing us happy birthday, man. Exo Sound says, Patrick Graham runs a quarterback spot as well when needed. That's very needed when playing KC. And to your point, Exo Sounds, to your point, just to add to that, because I'm not going to take away with what you said is right and it's well said. I'll even add that he'll have a spy, but the spy will be in disguise because he's blitzing as well, right? He's trying to disguise a blitz, but also he's really only rushing maybe 4 players still. And then he'll have a spy. It'll be some random guy on the field, and he'll have people drop back and random spots. That's why Patrick Graham is creative. That's why I think it's going to be fun watching our defense this year, because we'll see guys doing all sorts of stuff. We'll see multiple DBs blitzing while maybe a defensive lineman draws back and just becomes a spy in some type of scheme. So that definitely is a good point. Exo Sounds. Ray Love says, put Stafford on the Raiders. Do you think they still make the playoffs? Hell no. Hell no. Not going there. TC says, happy birthday to you and Little Raid. Get your boys some Raider threads. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate the super chat. You know, that goes a long way. And you know you didn't have to do that, bro. But I know you did out of love, and I appreciate you supporting. And shout out to my son, man. It goes a long way. TC has been a member since I started as well. A long-time subscriber. He's pulled up. He's been on lives before, broke down film with us. So, TC, man, appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all. Bernard in the building. I see you. JoJo was good with it, man. 805. Appreciate you, brother. Let me get down to some questions over here, man. The chat's thick, y'all. The chat is thick, and I'm trying to get to y'all questions. So if I haven't, just bear with me. Look, we're at 190. We're at 190. I need y'all to make a play and hit the like button. Hit the like button, make a play. I know the chat full of playmakers, so make a play and hit that like button. And if y'all new here, hit the subscribe button. You know what I mean? Go out there, do your touchdown dance, hit the subscribe button, do your touchdown dance because you just scored, baby. Now let's get it back into it. Mo Dizzle in the building. He says, do you think going against a better D coordinator will improve DC's game? For example, How much do you think Brady benefited from going against the top 10 defense every day in practice and offseason for 20 plus years? And this goes back to kind of what the comment was earlier. Someone made, steel sharpens steel. So if our defense becomes that much more better, if our defense is that much more disguised, that much more tricky, hard for Carr to read, yeah, he's going to definitely get better. He's going to definitely improve. And I think that's a good point because he needs that. You know, Carr definitely needs that, especially if we keep him around. He's going to need that, and he's going to be able to build off of that. But if we keep him, right, we have to extend him. This is last year, so it's going to be an interesting year to see what happens. It's going to be a very interesting year to see what happens, man. Again, shout out TC for that Deuce 5 super chat, man. It goes a long way. Randy Savage says, I don't think so. We got to get a number one wide receiver. Yeah, 100%. 100%, bro. Ricardo with the – that boy dropped a 50 ball on him. Appreciate you, Cardo. He says, what's good, Ray? Happy birthday. What do you think of picking up? Appreciate it. And thank you for wishing me a happy birthday, brother. He says, what do you think of picking up T. Burks or London in the first round, if available, and defensive tackle wide or a tackle? Or tackle or Travis Jones in second, and possibly Brandon Smith, a linebacker from Penn State, in the third. That would be perfect draft and invest our free agency on the O-line and cornerback. Well, let's see, man. First off, I want to say thank you for the super chat, brother. You dropped a 50 ball. That's what's up. That's lit, bro. Thank you for wishing me happy birthday as well. Let's get to the first question. And Burks or London in the first. If they're available, I wouldn't be mad at that, bro. Honestly, if these two guys are available, I'm not mad at that. Either way, I'll be happy. Honestly, I'd rather have Treylon Burks because he's not coming off injury. I think he's faster. He has that size, you know, like when DK Metcalf came out, people were raving about how big he was, how fast he was at that size. And I think Burks has some of those same tangibles. Maybe not exactly as fast or as big, but he still has those same tangibles. And he has pretty good hands, and he has good run after the catch. Could polish up his route running, but that's most college wide receivers. And it's not too bad. So I would go Treylon Burks if available, but I don't know if he'd be there when it's our time. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, you have Drake London, which potentially could be there because he could slip because of the injury. So that'll be interesting. Defensive tackle wide Travis Jones. I like Jones, man. I like Jones. I was watching the one-on-ones. Of him in the Senior Bowl, and he was tearing their ass up, boy. He was tearing them up. But his stock has gone up so much, it seems like it's gonna be hard to go ahead and snatch him in the second round because there's gonna be so many other teams that are probably thinking the same thing. And we're so far back in the rounds that it might be tough to pick him up. But if he is there, I would love to pick him up. He is a great player, and we need a defensive tackle for sure. Definitely need defensive tackle. To get to the last point, or to get to the third round, Brandon Smith, linebacker, that'd be dope if we can go get him. Would Graham want to get a linebacker in the third round, or would he want to figure out getting a cornerback? I feel like we could get a corner in the top 3 rounds, in my opinion. But if we did get Penn State Brandon Smith, I definitely would go after him. Bro. Yeah, that would be a perfect draft. And I do want to go free agency. I do want to go O-line free agency because I don't want no young dudes on the O-line. I want veterans on the O-line. I'm tired of the inexperience and waiting on potential to fulfill itself. So missed blocks and our guys not getting hit constantly. The chat is deep. But look, we're about 30 minutes deep now on the live. And I told y'all I was going to have a special guest. It was his first time coming on. And without further ado, you know what I mean? This is Ray the Tape. This dude is from Tape Don't Lie. This is from a show that I've watched that I've learned a lot from myself. He's an offensive guru, in my opinion. The dude would tell you which route the receiver going to run before he even runs it. So shout out to the boy Marcus, man, from Tape Don't Lie. Appreciate you, brother, bro. What's good with it, man?
What's up, guys? What's up, man? Apologize for the hair. I got, the rain and Senior Bowl messed up my hair. I got to take it out.
hey, bro, it's all good, man. Look, I got the braids, bro. So it's like, look, Yeah, I understand. Trust me, bro. I gotta wait. Like, bro, I gotta put my hair in like the craziest ponytail and put a hat on when I go live if my hair ain't braided, bro. So it's like it's
You
a
know,
pain, man.
you
But
already
you
know.
got an excuse. You got an
Yeah.
excuse because, like you said, you was at this, you was doing your thing. You was out there. How matter of fact, hold up. This is Marcus from Tape Don't Lie. If y'all don't follow Tape Don't Lie, y'all gotta go follow Tape Don't Lie. I'm sure you guys already do. They're very well spoken, very well educated on the game of football. And like I said, I learned a lot from them myself, especially Marcus, this man right here. So and also follow him on Twitter. Go ahead and drop your Twitter, bro, if you want to.
At the Mark John NFL. So at the
Yes,
Mark
sir.
John NFL.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me get to the super chat, and then we're gonna hop into it, man. Jamie says, happy birthday, Ray. Appreciate you, Jamie. He says, also praying that all Raider Nation is doing good. Raiders, yes. I hope the whole Raider Nation is doing well, which they should, man. We coming off a year, we made the playoffs, and we got a lot to build off of, man. But let's go ahead and hop into it with this guest. We got Marcus from Tape Don't Lie. What's good with it, man? So how was your time? How was your time, man?
The Senior Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Senior Bowl was super dope. I went out there with my man Matt Holder. We went out there and just networked, man. Try to get his get a key on some of these prospects we're looking at. You know, we basically spent most of the time looking at O-line and defensive tackle and wide receiver and cornerback because I really feel like some of those are the important positions we're looking at. I was looking at safeties too. A little bit, just in case they want to go that route, and so there were some really good players out there that I think could help the Raiders, especially at defensive tackle right away. There's a couple of articles, but my dude Matt Holder is coming out. He's gonna have some breakdowns of some of those guys, like Travis Jones is a beast. I got Devontae Wyatt breakdown on my channel too, so check that out if you want to see him. But he's a monster, and he's gonna be somebody they might think about at 22 for sure is Devontae Wyatt. He's about 307. He weighed in about 6'5", and he moves, man. He was unblockable the whole week. Yeah. So he was fantastic. Another dude that at D tackle that they might be looking at too is Travis Jones from UConn. Yeah. Very unknown guy. A lot of people don't know him, but he had a monster week. He was unblockable too. And he was just running through people, and he had a good game too. And his tape is pretty good. It's a good tape against Clemson. So like if you ever get some all 22 on that Clemson game, and it's a great game to look at and check him out at. So those are some looks for defensive tackle, and then there's some other players out there I was really looking at, but it was a good time, man, overall.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man. I'm glad you had a good time, that you actually got to see these guys, you know what I mean, and get that insight. But really, I wanted to talk to you about the wide receiver class that was out there, because when I wasn't there. I was watching it from the from the screen. Yeah. But just from my interpretation of it, it just seemed like it was kind of hard for the quarterbacks to really get in a rhythm and really throw some passes to the wide receivers. Yeah. So it's hard to evaluate the receivers if the quarterback's just out there just running around getting tackled, right? What was your thoughts on the receivers? And I want to ask you this. This is a personal question, you know what I mean? Okay. I liked Jalen Tolbert because of where I think his value could have been. Yeah. He probably wouldn't have been that first round guy, but later in the draft, you could have been looked at him, right? What did you think about him? Like how bad did he hurt his stock from that game, in your opinion, if it did hurt his game?
Well, I wouldn't worry about the game too much. It's all about practice. The Senior Bowl is all about practice. The game is kind of an afterthought. Half the scouts.
Yeah, and I seen his one-on-ones, bro, and I didn't really like him too much, man.
Yeah, you didn't like
those one-on-ones.
Yeah, I thought he had a good week, though. I thought he had a good week. I thought he showed that he was. There's another wide receiver I'm going to talk about in a second that kind of stole the show from him a little bit, but he was definitely the second best wide receiver there. And he's by Daniel Jeremiah. He was able to get open, and you could see that speed, and you saw what you saw on tape. So did he have a great week? No, but did he hurt his stock? No, I think he showed that he belonged, right? And he that was kind of his home. That's where he played.
Exactly.
The same stadium. So
home field advantage.
Yeah, right. So he was comfortable there. And the quarterbacks that he had, weren't as good as, say, the quarterbacks that some of the other wide receivers had on the other side. So, he had Sam Howell, who didn't have a good week, and then he had Bailey Zappi. And then Malik Willis had a good week. But he didn't have the best quarterbacks that, let's say, he didn't have Desmond Ridder, he didn't have Carson Strong, he didn't have Kenny Pickett. So it makes a little bit of difference for some of these guys when they go through these drills. You could win, and then if you do overthrows you, it doesn't matter. You look bad. I want to say you look bad, but it doesn't look as great as a highlight. Yeah, exactly. But when we're scouting and stuff, all I want to see is your release, bro. Your release against press. If the ball touches your hands, you drop it. That makes a difference. But if you get overthrown or something, I'm not gonna knock you off. I mean, it just okay. He won against press, right? So since he won. I mean, and we saw that he could do it against press coverage. That's all that matters. So
yeah, most definitely. I'm glad to hear that about Tolbert, man, because personally, like I said, I like Jalen Tolbert, and I know a lot of people are looking at receivers that are Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Treylon Burks, you know, and I was trying to look for someone sneaky. Maybe we could find somebody a little bit later because we got some other worries. But but something you said he was potentially the second best wide receiver out there. So that brings me to the question: who was the first best? And I kind of want to guess. Was it Austin the third? Is that his name?
No, it wasn't, man.
Okay.
It was Christian Watson from North Dakota State.
Ooh.
Okay,
Ooh.
Christian Watson from North Dakota State had a week, man.
Okay.
I think he was on. I think he was on ESPN board at 253 for the week. I don't know. I think he might already snuck into the second round, and I don't know who his combine's gonna look like, but he is 6'4",
big body receiver.
Yeah, he's 6'4".
He had a good game too.
Yeah. He moves like he's 6 foot 190. So he's in and out of his breaks quick. He was making dudes look silly out there all week. He was catching everything. He's picking up the offense. He had a great week, man. And he is somebody that that the Raiders might end up looking at because I'm telling you, he's clean everywhere. He's a pretty clean player. Had a big week for him. A sleeper guy that had a good week was Alec Burke from Cincinnati. Definitely. He played with Desmond Ridder a lot, but he had a good week, man. He was able to get open, show he can get open deep, which I really liked. A couple of those guys, they really showed that what they can do and how they can get open against tighter coverage. Somebody like Calvin Austin, you're talking about, like when you get those little slot receivers out there sometimes, and they're like 5 steps, they just be killing people. And then they just
be murdered. They just be out there murdering. They're just all over the place. It's like, what am I supposed to do with this? Because it's just too shifty. It's just too much. It's open field. You have open rain. You just I know.
They just eat, man. They go out there and eat. Like I swear, it happens like every single year. There's some guy that comes out there and just eats, and you don't know if that's going to translate or not. But like Christian Watson, he had an awesome week. Alec Burke.
I like that, man. I like the fact you said Watson because a lot of people I feel like wouldn't have said that so much or so easily to say that was the number one guy, right? A lot of people I talked to, they're like, "Oh, I liked Austin. I was like, yeah, he like you said, he's shifty. You know what I mean? He looks good. It's like when you watch the quarterback and he's mobile and he's running all over the place for a 5-yard gain, and it's like, well, the other quarterback could have just thrown it for 5 yards, you know?
Yeah.
But he looks shifty. But I like the fact you said Watson is number one because that just shows, you have your own opinion and you're gonna ride with that. And you watch what you watch, you know what I mean? And that's real. And that's real. I like that. Watson, bro. I like you said that, man, because he is. What would be your pro comp for him?
Right now,
would it be like an Evans? Would it be like a
kind of? Because I mean, I'm trying to think of somebody who's 6'4", 211 that's as fast as him.
Because Michael Pittman, Michael Pittman's not that fast.
Michael Pittman's not that fast. I'm thinking like Mike Evans.
Is he?
No, Mike Evans. Well, Mike Evans is 6'5", 225 and runs a 4.5, so that's fast.
Oh yeah, for that size, yeah. You beating it, yeah. You not, That's a basketball player.
Yes, fast.
Yeah, he can do whatever you want.
So, but I'm telling you, like, because Christian Watson, he ran like reverses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He did like reverses and all those type of things. I don't know how fast he is, so it's hard for me to give a comp. I'm trying to think of somebody who's that size, who's that fast right now. I don't know, man. I have to think about that.
It'd be tough. Yeah. Without trying to name the DK Metcalf, which is 1 of 1. Really is 1 of 1, man. Like,
exactly.
Ricardo got a super chat. He got a question, man. He says, "What do you think it would take for us to trade our second round pick into a top 10 second pick to look at maybe Travis Jones or Wyatt if he's there? Also, what day 2 or 3 cornerback would be there for us?" So this is a two-part question, super chat question, and let's go ahead and crack. How would we be able to get into the top 10 in the second round? Do we have 2 4th-round picks or 2/3 or?
They only. I don't think they have multiple 4th round. I can't think off the top of my head
because we don't have a 7th and we have multiple of something else. If I remember right, I don't know what it would take to get into the top 10 of the second round. And I kind of touched on this earlier because how you were talking about the defensive tackles that you've seen. You said Wyatt could potentially go as high as 22. You know what I mean? We could take him at 22. And then you talk about Jones, which a lot of people have been talking about. I feel like his stock has only gone up. Yeah. And where we're drafting, it's like we're going on the back end. So if we want those pretty good players that won't go in the first, but you know what I mean? They'll just slip right out of the first. It's going to be hard for us to get him. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
at 22, would we be able to get a Jones? Do you think we'd be able to get a Jones at 22 in the second round?
Yeah, see, with defensive tackles, it gets weird because I think they're not valued very high.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even how well Travis Jones played, it's not even for sure thing that he doesn't go third round because he's a defensive tackle. And it's the way the league looks at defensive tackles. Like they feel like they could find any defensive tackle anywhere. Same with linebackers. You see like a really good linebacker, you're like, oh my God, how did that guy fall to the third round? Right? Yeah. It's because the league just
like
doesn't
value the Colts.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Those type of dudes. And safeties too. Like safeties, linebackers, defensive tackles are not valued very high by the NFL. So you can find a good safety in the third round. You can find a good defensive tackle in the third round, like Travis Jones. And it's more about the premier defensive tackles that that come out. But I would say the best way to do that is you got to trade back, but not trade back too far, where you're to the point where you're gaining some second round picks from somebody, and then you can then use those to move back up. Because that's the only way that you're going to do that, to move back up to the second round without giving up the rest of your value of your day 3 picks. So,
most definitely.
Also,
what day 2 or 3 corner would be there for us? Day 2 or 3 corner. Now that's a pretty big gap. I feel like day 2 and day 3, just a huge gap of what I mean. So let's say with day 2, let's go day 2. You know what I mean? What day 2 corner would you be looking
at? Day 2, I got a couple of guys. All right, so I got Roger McCreary. Definitely a day 2 guy, but he came out and had a 29-inch arms. So that tells me that he's not going first round, but he has great tape, and they're playing him. He played exclusively in the slot at the Senior Bowl. He played exclusively there. He didn't play anywhere else. It was basically exclusively in the slot. He had some couple reps outside, but the NFL is like your slot receiver, your slot corner.
How tall is
he? He's 6. I think he's about 5'11", 6 foot, maybe 5'10". He's in that range. He's in that range, but he's like 190. He just doesn't have the long arms to play, outside corner. So
he's on a little smaller end.
Yeah. So I am looking at him. People are like, "What, Nate Hobbs? Nate Hobbs is there at slot," but Patrick Graham had Darnell Holmes, who was the exact same size as Roger McCreary. So and Patrick Graham drafted Aaron Robinson, who's the same exact size as Nate Hobbs, and moved him outside. So I don't know what he's going to do with Nate Hobbs. He might move Hobbs outside, where Hobbs played in college, and feels like the Hobbs can play that better because he has a better size. So that could be a thing too with that. But another corner I'm looking at too is Elam. I think it's Elam. Okay. Elam from Florida. He's all over the rankings.
Is it Kaiir?
Kaiir Elam, that's what it is. Yeah. He's got good tape, man. He was shutting down Williamson. I was watching John Mechie the other day. And he was shutting down Williamson, man. He had Williamson in prison. So that's a good man corner that the Raiders could look at if they're looking at some cornerbacks. I think he's a good guy that could be there day 2 as well, because he's all over the board right now. I mean, he might go kill the combine, I don't know, and solidify that first round pick. But right now, I mean, Daniel Jeremiah has him like 45th, and then PFF has him like 18th. But I'm not really high on PFF's grades with drafting.
Well, I like the fact that you said Elam, because I like him. You know what I mean? I feel like last year I had heard about him, and I kind of picked up on him last year. That's why I know, and I liked him. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
In fact, he's coming out this year in a day 2. I wouldn't mind picking him up. Definitely wouldn't mind that. Real quick super chat. Raider Kuda says, "Love your show. Trade up, get Wilson." What do you think about that? Trade up and get, and I think he's talking about Garrett Wilson. I'm not sure what other Wilson. He's
talking about Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
I will say this. I don't know how much it is going to be effective with the rookie that is going to come into this offense and play really well. It's going to be hard for him to do that. It really is. You're going to have to find the right guy. I mean, the guy that's probably is going to be the plug and play rookie is John Mechie from Alabama, because they ran this system, or even Williamson. I think even him, maybe somebody like him, because they ran the system last year. They did the whole McDaniels, Bill O'Brien. They ran the same scheme. If you go watch it, you go watch the Patriots, and you go watch, Alabama last year. They ran the same exact system. So those guys would be some plug and play guys, but everybody else is going to be this system is not like for the weak. Let's say that you got to be paying attention. There's a lot of checks to everything. You got to be ready to go. You can't be kind of learning on the fly. That's why rookies don't play with Tom Brady. If you ever noticed that, rookies don't play with Tom. They don't. There's a reason for that. Because if
you gotta be on your ish, right?
Yeah, you gotta be ready to go. And if you're not ready to go and you don't know a check, or you got me throwing it in the stands, you're supposed to be running a wheel route and you running a comeback because you didn't understand the leverage, you're not gonna play. So that's what it's hard with rookies in this system. It's gonna be tough. I mean, they probably should draft somebody, but they better have somebody that's gonna be ready to play, just in case that guy's not picking it up. That's gotta be the goal. But that's why I'm a little scared of trading up to get a wide receiver. I would rather kind of wait till 22 and see what we can get there.
I agree with you 100% there, because another thing to add to that is I feel like there's a lot of receivers in this class, and you be able to, me personally, that's why I always bring up Tolbert, because I'm like, I feel like there's so many receivers. If you really do your due diligence, you could be able to pick one up in the second round if you really want one that bad, maybe even the third. If you really want a receiver, I just don't think wide receiver in the first round is mandatory. And it's just.
But I will say the only guy I would probably trade up for. I mean, I haven't watched Wilson in depth yet, but I mean, Treylon Burks is probably my guy.
Yeah. I mean, that's my number one wide receiver right there.
He's like 225.
Exactly. Dude's huge. He's fast. He can run routes pretty well. He can get off the ball. You can't really, like you said, he's big. So go ahead and try to press him, do whatever you want. And I do like that. And so I like Treylon Burks, man. And if we didn't get him, I would be happy with that. I'll stop watching the draft. I'd be like, yeah, it's good. Let's go. Let's get hike the ball, Carl. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's see. This our boy Arkham Raider says, I'm on break at work, stopping by, show some love, brother. Yes, sir, man. We got just a little quick iteration, man. We've had our boy on here, Marcus from Tape Don't Lie. You already know what it is. Go ahead and follow him at his Twitter at @TheMarkJohn NFL.
Mark
John NFL on Twitter. You already know what it is, man. It's Mark from Tape Don't Lie. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Let's hop back into this.
Okay.
And also hit the like button, man. I know we got a chat full of playmakers up in here. Make a play, hit the like button, do your touchdown dance, hit the subscribe button if you're new here. And if you want to become a member, go ahead and pop a bottle in the locker room with us, bro. Become a member. Best way to support the channel. But let's hop into the chat, man. See what everybody's talking about.
All right.
EC Ever says, I've been saying Mechie was the best fit from this draft. Tolbert second, just because he runs every route. With Tolbert, it's just, I just think he's a little raw. I think he's a little personally. I just think he's a little raw. That's just it for me. Boy says Raiden Raiden Tape Don't Lie collaboration. Had to do it, man. Had to do it. But my boy says, what was the best tackle? I just seen his comment. Who was the best tackle at the Senior Bowl, in your opinion? In your opinion,
it was probably Penny. It was probably Trevor Penny.
Okay. He's left. I seen him at left tackle. Does he move?
He plays left, because even when Spencer Brown was there, he was still left. So
that's what's tough, because like you said, that was probably your best tackle, right? That you seen, but he's at left, and the whole time you watching the game, that's all they talking about. The only offensive lineman really they want to talk about was him almost the whole time. You know what I mean? He's the left tackle. Where's the right tackles at? You know what I mean? So.
The right tackle that's got the most buzz, that is even highly ranked by Daniel Jeremiah, which I don't see it, is Daniel Fafele. I think I said his name right.
Oh, okay.
He's like 6'8", 370 pounds, and he's like athletic freak, but he has no technique. So he was he got like ran over by Majaji Sanders. I know that went viral. I don't know if you saw that, but he was like one of the dudes that just Majaji Sanders.
Are you talking about that was in the game?
No, that was a practice. It was like
Tuesday. One-on-ones?
Tuesday, First day of one-on-ones. Nope, not even with pads on. He got ran over.
That's not good.
But he's an athletic freak.
Yeah.
So, somebody might reach on him, and I'll say if we had Tom Cable, we'd probably take him. That would be my guy.
Oh my God, bro. He said that would be my guy. Did you hear what he just said? He said, yeah, someone would probably reach on him. And if we had Tom Cable, he'd probably be the guy. I mean, I can't even say nothing to that, bro, because I just can't even say nothing to that, bro. Yeah. He said, Quentin Bugger with the super chat. He says, was there any running backs that impressed you, and how did my guy Velus Jones Jr. look?
Good question. Running back that impressed me was Rachaad White from ASU. That dude had a great week, man.
Yep.
That's somebody that I think that if the Raiders want to bring in a third down back, that's the guy that can draft right away. He was running routes all day. He's catching everything. He was killing linebackers. So he's a good third down back. He even had some good reps in the pass block. I mean, he's pass blocking well against some linebackers too. So from a third down back's perspective, which the Raiders need with, I know Kenyon Drake's there. I don't know how good Josh McDaniels going to feel about Kenyon Drake though, because he can't block. So you bring in somebody that can block, that can figure it out, and has a pro caliber system that he came from with Herm Edwards, and all those guys are over there, a bunch of pro guys. All those ASU guys come out and they're usually pretty good. So that's somebody I was looking at. Velus Jones had a really good week, man. He definitely had people looking at the chart like, who the hell is that? He had me a couple times. So his issue is that he's 25 and people are kind of mad that he didn't have that production that he had, and like, oh, you waited to this long, and it kind of makes sense because you're kind of out there with 22-year-olds and you're 25 and you're killing people. Kind of makes you're kind of like, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But, bro, come on now.
He did. He had a great week. He definitely probably went from somebody that wasn't going to be drafted at all to somebody that's going to be drafted, which is big for him, right?
He did what he had to do. You know what I mean? He did what he had to do, and look, now he's going to be drafted. But I want to go back and touch on the boy out of ASU that you were commenting on, White. See, that's personally who I liked out of the Senior Bowl. I liked him. He stood out the most to me out of most of the players. Was just him, and I know running back isn't a dire need for us right now. And we can go down that rabbit hole. And I want to ask you real quick: do we keep Josh Jacobs?
Yes.
Yes, we keep him.
You keep him, huh?
Oh, I didn't think he was going to say that.
I'll say this. I'll say this on the backtrack. That tight end coach that they interviewed for OC, he comes from a wide zone system, and that's what Josh Jacobs does. And the Patriots don't run wide zone. So if that tells you anything, that they're keeping Jacobs. I mean, there's no other reason to bring that guy in. He has no ties to him.
Well, you said it here first, man. You said it here first, man. But look. If you tie it together and you have your logic behind it, I'm with you 100%, bro. And if you just taught me something, then you taught me something. Then I gotta sit here and learn, and that's what it was. But like you said, White, I do like White. And what kind of burst, kind of speed did he look like he had? Like what kind of 40 would he potentially be running? Because I'm on speed, bro. I want speed. I'm tired of getting a 20-yard break run and we get caught from behind.
He's not a speed back. He's not. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I mean, I'm an ASU guy, so I watched him for his whole career. He's not a speed guy. He is a third down back. I'm gonna run that angle route. I'm gonna run that quick option. I'm gonna get you 10. I'm gonna make a good block. I'm gonna check the blitz. That's the type of back he is. He did show a lot more in between the tackles this week, but they don't tackle that practice, so it's kind of hard to gauge that. So you want to watch him in the against linebackers and stuff. That's where he shined. So he looked really good there.
Yeah, everybody's saying, he said, Exo says, well, I didn't think about that. Having Josh running in a system he's familiar with can be big. And Josh McDaniels doesn't shy away from running the football either. You go ahead and look at their offense. Their offense consistently had a good run game. Consistently every single year ever since he's been there. But I mean, we know what's going on with the Patriots. I don't know what they do over there. If they just drinking the steroids or something, or they just be doing something different. He says, I don't know how people call Jacobs trash. He had 1,300 total yards. I don't think people. Somebody in the chat. Yeah, people in the chat going in on Jacobs. I don't think Jacobs is trash personally. I like Jacobs because he could make people miss. He could hit people in the mouth. You know what I mean? And those two things, you can't find that most of the time. If it's a guy that makes somebody miss, usually he can't hit somebody really hard, and vice versa. But he could do both. The only thing is he just doesn't have that speed that it's like, boom, okay, he made a guy miss. He trucks a guy. There's nobody. It's an open field, and then he gets tackled from behind. And that's what kind of frustrates me. So I definitely would love to bring in a running back to maybe where Jacobs makes a guy miss, punches him in the mouth a couple of times, but then you hand the ball off to a guy to where it's like, oh shit, this dude about to just burst and take off. You know what I mean? He's gone. He don't even got to hit anybody. So I definitely would love to get a guy like that because I feel like that's kind of what we've been missing for a long time.
What I'll say about Jacobs, I thought Jacobs played really well at the end of the year. And that's why I think that, if you base it on like the first, before week 15, then I don't think Jacobs would have been getting that contract. And who knows what they would have dealt with him. But I mean, from week 15 on, he was, besides Rashad Penny having 700 yards. Well, who is a free agent as you're talking about it?
Yeah.
Besides him averaging 7 yards a carry and having like 700 yards in 3 games or whatever he did. I mean, Jacobs had about almost 400 yards in those 3 games. He averaged about 4.7 yards per carry. So, and then he had the 13 for 83 in the playoffs, and they just stopped giving him the ball. So, you know, I think that if he plays how he did to end the season, I mean, he could be a really good back. And it's not that, it's more about where they took him, right? I mean, they took him in the first round, so you'll expect an elite running back. And he's not elite. He's just a good running back. He's just a good running back. He's gonna get you some, you know, he's gonna have some tough runs. You know, you want him to be fresh for the fourth quarter, I believe. So he can start to, you know, put his shoulders down. And, you know, a lot of problems last year, he didn't trust the line. So, I mean, the line getting blocked from him, and then he was trying to bounce everything like the Chiefs game. He wasn't playing behind his pads, and he's getting the ball knocked out. And, you know, it's a lot of things like that was more mental with him. And I feel like that if we can get him a better offensive line and get him the more trust, I think we can get a more effective year out of him where he's up in the 4.7s like he should be. But
most definitely, man.
Yeah,
and Lionel says Jacobs is not a home run threat, but he will 8-yard the hell out of you.
Exactly.
No, but that's a good way to put it, bro.
I talk to BD about this all the time, man. Rashad Penny, I don't know how expensive he is, but if you want a home run guy to just hand the ball off.
Yeah. I mean, Rashad Penny out of Seattle, I definitely like him. Definitely, he's definitely a guy you can put in there and be a 1-2 punch guy.
Yeah,
with a Jacob, definitely, easily. Where does that put you with Drake? Right. Actually, before we move on to Drake, how do you feel about Jacob's health? What's going on with that? Because it seems like since his rookie year, he's been declining. And so how is his health?
Yeah, that's why I'm not a fan of a long-term contract with him. Because I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, we know he's not going to finish a year healthy. It's been pretty. I mean, it's been year to year, right? He hasn't played 16 games yet, so we know that's going to happen. We just don't know when it's going to happen, and that's why you can't invest in him, right? Full time, and that's why I think you need to bring in somebody that maybe can have some good carries. You know, I'm not saying Rashad Penny because I don't know how. I mean, I don't think Seattle's going to let him go. I mean, you just don't let some guy have 7 yards of carry and like just let him walk just because you replace him with. But, you know, if they find a good back that can be serviceable and, you know, give him a lighter load until we get to, you know, December when it's colder and we need him to have 30 carries and he's more healthy at that point. I think that's kind of the basis of what you need from him because he can wear teams down, you know, if he plays behind his pads and doesn't try to get doesn't try to be Barry Sanders like he was.
Trying to get all shifty with it.
Yeah.
Like trying to do his Tyreek Hill impression on
if
he just don't run through the damn hole, Jacobs just smack them boys in the mouth.
Yeah, man, make them do tackle you.
Exactly. I'm thinking like, damn, you smacked the shit out of somebody against the Falcons last year. Now you trying to just try to make people miss. I'm like, bro.
Make people feel
it. Maybe that's why though. Maybe it's because he personally is learning. Like, bro, I can't do that all the time, especially this early in the season because I'm being pain.
Yeah,
like you said, he's getting a lot of carries early in the season. Maybe that should be tapered off until later in the season, and those carries should be shared with somebody else. I
don't know. Maybe he needs just UFC training or something, man. But get used to get his body used to punishment. Oh, maybe something.
You need to build up them calluses or something. Build up that bone density. You know what I mean? Element Pro says, "What's happening? What we talk about?" Shout out Element Pro for pulling up, bro. Appreciate you being out here, man. Appreciate you being out here. But yo, we've been on here for about an hour now. Okay. We just reached the hour, bro, and we got our guy Marcus with us. Appreciate you pulling up. He's from Tape Don't Lie. You already know who it is. You know who the guy is. I ain't got to tell you. But if y'all don't follow Tape Don't Lie, go over there. You know what to do. Pop a bottle. Hit the subscribe button over at Tape Don't Lie. If you here and you new, you know what I mean? Hit the subscribe button as well. Do your touchdown dance. Come on. Hit the like button as well, man. You know, we got a chat full of playmakers, man. I know y'all going to make a play. Hit the like button. But this pretty much concludes the show. I appreciate everybody pulling up, and another shout out to Marcus for pulling up. You know what I mean? Taking time out of his day to come on to my platform. Go ahead, man. Tell people who you are. Tell people where to follow you, where to find you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, MySpace, whatever it is, man.
Yeah. So Twitter, you make sure it's at the Mark John NFL for that. I mean, if you like quarterbacks, I got a quarterback podcast too that I do separate from Tape Don't Lie called a Little Pocket Awareness. You can follow us at ALPA_QB1. I'm doing a lot of Black History Month with Black quarterbacks this month too. So if you enjoy Black quarterbacks, it's there too for you. We do that show every week and we talk quarterbacks. I even do a top 32. I cover every single quarterback in the draft. So I do really in depth with that. And then of course I'm on silverbackpride.com, some articles.
Top 32 quarterbacks in the draft or or top 32 in the league?
No, in the NFL. I do a top 32 every year.
Oh, hold on. Where is Carr?
Well, I haven't graded him yet. So what I do, I do it like this.
So basically what he said is that he's gonna come back on the show when he's done with the top 32, and then we're gonna talk about where he lands Carr on that thing, man. But
I'll tell you, last year I had him at 12. Of going into the season.
We good with that. We good with that. 12 would be
that was going into the season though. So who knows? Because what I do is like I'm not really watching it for like their stats. I use some of it, but it is like basically a film thing, and I scout them and I grade them and then I rank them. But I don't rank them exactly how I grade them. There is some different factors that go in there, but yeah.
You do your due diligence, and the thing is, nobody's gonna doubt you, bro. Nobody's gonna doubt you. Trust and believe, because you're gonna be doing more homework than most other people are. So nobody's gonna doubt you on what you had to say, bro. That's why we gotta have you on the show, and everybody loves Taped Online, man. So appreciate you being out here, bro. Hope you had a good time. And he said, what did he say? Exocel said, Raid about to pull out his playbook. Now that's gonna be him. That's gonna be him. He's gonna pull out a playbook. He's gonna start drawing up plays and. But appreciate you being on here, man. Appreciate everybody pulling up, man. Hope everybody enjoyed themselves. Until next time, y'all. Catch you next time. Ready to tape.
Peace.